Chapter 9. My legs don't often shake, like actually physically tremble, but as I turn into Clerkenwell Road, I feel as though they might suddenly give way and leave me sitting in the gutter. I'm wearing clothes that seem suitable for a meeting with an investment manager, a fitted skirt and shirt plus a trench coat borrowed from Nicole, from her brief stint as a city PA. It's too hot in this August weather, but it feels right. A pair of high-heeled shoes are pinching my toes, and as I tap along, I feel a bit surreal. Am I really doing this? Am I going to claim a job worth tens of thousands of pounds based on a scribble on a coffee cup sleeve? ESIM has been based in this street for 2 years. Before that, they were around the corner. Before that, they were in Sebastian Marlowe's flat in Islington, and he used to make the team pasta every Friday night. I read that in an article in New Money Week. I've read quite a lot about the company. In fact, I found out exactly what ESIM does: invests in companies and funds for institutions and individuals. I know what their aim is: to help clients build portfolios with a commitment to high ethical, social, and environmental standards. I've looked up what Sebastian Marlowe does, runs it basically. After I learned all that, I had this random impulse and looked up Sebastian Marlowe on YouTube. And what I found wasn't what I expected. At least, I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't a video clip of him standing up at some big shareholders meeting berating the board on executive pay. The title was Sebastian Marlowe Takes Rafi Reed Board to Task. He stood there, holding a microphone, his frothy hair waving around as he spoke in a measured way about how unfair it was that Sir Keith Vander Barrowdine was due to receive a pay package of £8.9 million when his lowest paid workers scraped by on the minimum wage. Then he started on about how this once noble company used to house its workers in cottages and feel responsibility for the quality of life, and how many people on the board today had the slightest idea of where their lowest paid workers were housed. He got applause for that bit. Then he asked, was it a coincidence that so many of the lowest paid workers were women? Then he said he represented a large number of investors who all felt the same way, that the board was clinging onto old, toxic habits and it should watch out. I mean, it was quite stirring stuff. I looked through YouTube, and there were a couple more videos of them saying similar things at different meetings, and then I found an interview with him at the Financial Times, all about how he'd started his company. It said he'd lost all his family at an early age. His dad died when he was 10, then his mom when he was 18, and then his older brother James got knocked off his bike 2 years ago. Rather than these personal tragedies crushing him, it said they taught him a love of life and a passion for justice. It said his colleagues described him as cheerful, well adjusted, and compassionate, and there was even a photo of him captioned the Clerkenwell Crusader, which should all make me feel better, because he's clearly a good person, but actually it makes me feel worse, because here I am coming to finagle a job out of him. Okay, not finagle exactly, but it feels a bit like that. A bit underhanded, a bit grabby. Or is it? Ever since I decided to do this 4 days ago, my mind has been swinging back and forth. Be fair, I keep thinking. That's the maxim I try to live my life by. But what's fair? One minute I am thinking I am being fair. I'm totally within my rights. He owes me this. And the next minute I think, oh my god, what am I doing? I save his laptop, and in return he gives my boyfriend a job. I mean, is that justice? But then he did insist he wanted to repay me, didn't he? And maybe I did save him millions of pounds. Anyway, whatever. I'm doing it. I've got an appointment in 5 minutes. The thought that powering me along is Ryan needs this, which means I need it too. I'd left Ryan waiting at a Starbucks around the corner. Before I went, really, you think Ryan wants to wait at Starbucks? Oh my gosh. He just told you Hollywood isn't his scene, and you take him to Starbucks. He act like it was tailor made for him just to be there. I said Taylor. Oh my gosh. The most ironic thing to say. Yeah, get what I mean. You want a pumpkin spice latte with that, honey? All right, enough of that though. Uh, Before it all, I went. He wrapped his arms around me and said, "It all begins here. A whole new start. Fingers crossed, eh, Fixie?" Fingers crossed. I nodded, breathless with nerves. Then he smiled and said, "I know you can do it." I mean, it's not him doing it, so it's kind of awkward. But until Fixie pulls through for him, I guess. If it works out that way, just like the sun being out and not having to listen to crap music outside from the neighbors that make this noise pollution a thing in this neighborhood. They like to holler and scream about what the fuck is weird. Like, imagine having a parade every day. This is how it feels like with these guys. It's like they're all like, either it's kids screaming or guys hollering in the background. It's weird. Or dogs barking, of course. His blue eyes were fixed on mine in a way that I've dreamed of for years. I didn't overreact. I mean, he's trying to like get help from you. It's not like he's like actually that invested into you. I don't know. I wouldn't say that much. Maybe he just wants, to work it out and see where they go from there, but don't get too caught up in his eyes yet, you know? Yeah. I didn't overreact. I just smiled back and said, "I hope so." But inside, I felt a kind of explosion of love. After so much yearning, here was Ryan with me, relying on me, in partnership with me, all the things I've so desperately wished for. As I walk along, peering up at the office buildings, my mind rewinds over the last few days. I mean, it's so weird because she's like, "Ryan, Ryan, Ryan." Like, this is like, bro, you've already had sex with him twice. You can calm down a bit, you know? It's like, he's in your life now. You can let it be a thing, all right? Just calm down. Don't make it weird. Like, say I'm not overreacting. You're like an explosion of love after so much yearning. Like, he was right with me, relying on me in part. Like, it's like, listen, like you're so desperate. Like, it's so weird. Like, I just smiled back and said, "But I'm hiding all this weird shit back in my head. Makes me cringe. This is a dream. Is it that much of a dream? I mean, you were looking at what's his name, Sebastian's eyes. You're like, he looks high. Is it that much of a dream that you think Ryan might not be suited for certain things, yet you act like he's a dream for you? Like, it makes me feel weird, you know." And of course, she took shirtless pictures of him playing football. It's like weird, 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 weird. As I walk along, peering at the office buildings, my mind reminds over the last few days. I've seen Ryan every day around at our house. Something's really changed between us in a good way. Our vibe, our connection. He's confided in me, asked my advice. He always gravitates toward me, putting an arm along my shoulders or pulling me onto his knee. It feels as if we're closer than we've ever been before. Was there a book before this that I don't know about or something? But the question that circles in my mind constantly is, do we have a viable future together? And the answer lies right here in the floor of Sebastian Marlowe, in the office of Sebastian Marlowe. I mean, if your future depends on a job, then it's cringe. You know what I mean? If you both can't work out a job in the future, like to have a future together, that's weird. And if you care about his money and his status rank along with his looks, and not just his looks, then you're cringe. Or it's like, what do you like? You can't have it all, Fixie. Some guys are handsome, but they're kind of like Peter Griffin in the brain, you know? Some guys are ugly, but they're got some cash on them, you know? It's the way the world works. We rely on what we have because we don't have what we don't have, you know? That way it just balances out and you don't stand out like a freak and then people want to kill you or people find you insufferable and you're so ugly that you get put in jail because you're ugly and go to jail because you're that bad at life, you know? It depends on what side of the coin you're on, you know? And the sun, it depends on how much sun you're getting, you know? In terms of your scopes of horizons and how it doesn't mean your future's all fucked because you can't get a job with Marlowe. You can find somewhere else. You know, it's like, I mean, Ryan's not gonna like if Ryan would have to complain about not getting that office job and having to go somewhere. I mean, it's not like it was like maybe he's famous, but it doesn't mean he can't work a good job at a mid place. It don't mean shit or a low place. It don't mean shit. Like it's not like he's like has no choice. There's always another way. You could say like if you care that much about them, why the fuck not, right? I push the door open, take the stairs to the first floor, and there it is. I mean, sure, it depends on how much patience you have left in this fucking shit, but situation. But it's not the point I'm making here, am I? And there it is, a reception desk with ESIM printed in green letters on white. I can see an open plan space with people sitting at computers and hear the hum of conversation coming from behind the door. The receptionist is a motherly, middle-aged woman. She smiles at me in a warm, friendly way. Hello, I begin as confidently as I can. I'm Fixie Farr. I have an appointment with Sebastian Marlowe. Do you? You called him or something? What? Of course, she says. He's expecting you. Would you like a cup of coffee? Yes, please. That would be lovely. I mean, you're giving a lot of variables for this. And how do you have an appointment with him? I never heard that you made an appointment or whatever. Who knows? Maybe she did. No, I don't know. I didn't know about it. I don't know. I'm expecting to be directed to a seating area when a door straight ahead of me flies open, and there he is, taller. I mean, of course. I mean, you owe him a favor. He owes you a favor. So taller than I remember. Frondy hair shining in a little shaft of sunshine, winding eyes gleaming at me, an open, friendly smile. See, you're like I think you like Sebastian more than Ryan. You like a friendlier guy, and yet you're like, oh, but Ryan's a dream. It's like, what do you really like? It makes no sense. Now that Ryan lost his clout, now you want Sebastian. It makes me cringe. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Why you give him such a glimmering description? Like, it makes me scoff. Like, sure, bro. Okay. Hello, he says. You came. I did. I can't help smiling back. Well, come on in. He gestures at the door, and I follow him into an office, which instantly makes me feel relaxed. See, you see what I mean? She's low-key flirting with the guy in her thought and mind. It's like a girl watching a wrestling between two jacked bull studs, and then you're like right there, and she's like, I like what I see, and you're like, what the fuck? I'm right here, baby. What the fuck is this shit, dude? Like, fuck off. Come on, man. I'm Tony fucking Montana. All I got is my balls and my fucking say hello to my little friend. You know what I mean? It makes you think that way. You're pulling the trigger on this bullshit. Yeah? Because, yeah, we can't be doing that, homie. Like, what's cut? Alright. Enough of that shit, though. Let's get on with the book. I don't know if it's the bright modern art or the battered leather sofa, but it feels human, despite the three computers. So you're saying Ryan's not human. You're dehumanizing him to an object. I know that's not what you said, or women do this all. Like, I'm not mansplaining. It's just weird to me, right? It's like, how are you like, it feels human, but you've never felt comfortable even around Ryan when he's like, you've said it before. You want your mom's comforting presence, but Ryan's presence does not comfort you. So it's like, what? I feel closer to him, but I feel like Sebastian is human. Like, what? This is the guy she tells you not to worry about, but then she's like friend zones him, but eventually she'll friend zone you if you lose the clout because she's like, I'm a friend zone you because he's friendlier. So get friend zone, dude. Like, and this guy takes the bait. Like, she goes on to like another CEO, and it's like, smell the flies coming onto the food. You know what I mean? Or the waste, whatever you want to call it. Either way, fucking cringe, dude. Despite the three computers, there's a bookshelf lining the wall, and a couple of plants and a worn antique rug. The whole place feels homey. Yeah, he's so cute. Why don't you suck his dick while you're at it? Huh? I'll get us some coffee, says Sebastian. If you'd like coffee, his brow creases. Or I think we can run to herbal tea. It's like, why does the guy gotta be so feminine for you to like him like that? Like, what? So a guy's not like catering your every whim. Does that make him a fucking fag? Like an asshole? Like, bro. Even Shawn Mendes said, I'm afraid of not being looked at like I'm being looked like a fag. You know what I mean? And I don't mean it in a negative connotation way. It's just like, we may not like women's rights that way or gay pride. It's not like we give a fuck that much, you know? If we like, oh, you make us do things we don't want to do. I'd rather like just go fucking sight like in the woods, just chill. And you want to go to fucking Universal Orlando with a bunch of confetti and shit. You know what I mean? It's totally different. None of this gay ass shit. Like, and they ruin the sport of soccer too. Like, yo, you play soccer, all these fucking like, like diving fucking fags. Like, bro, play the game. That's what I like playing about the game. It's not about these fucking divers. That's why I don't play with the American side of the crowd. It's not because I disdain them for being upper super pretty puppy elites. You know what I mean? It's not about preppy like fucks. Like, I don't give a fuck. We go toe to toe with preppies as well, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, if you're gonna just like fall at every move and every turn that someone does, and you're gonna cry about losing because you can't take the heat of the battle of the war and the intensity of the move, then go fuck yourself. You know, you're gonna cry. Like, I played against some guy. Like, he was from my background as well, but he was a preppy kind of a guy. And when we were battling for a ball, he was like, "Yeah, you want to play aggressive? Go play somewhere else." I'm like, "What the fuck, bro? Like, you gotta like take it on the chin. We're both going for the ball. Like, maybe you win one, I win one, but hey, best man wins, right? But you just can't take that I won, and you call me dirty because you can't admit it. You know what I mean? It's like, you want to batter me, but then you want to butter me up. You know what I mean? I'm like, hell no. You know what I mean? And why do I have to go play somewhere else? We're just trying to live. Like, I know who I'm playing against. I know you're a hard player to play with, right? But I guess you got mad because you found someone who's hard. And you don't like that style of play, I guess. But I guess you got heated. And I'm like, well, that's up to you. Like, you really, instead of playing for the inclusivity of the game, you'd rather be like heated and be like, hey, how could you? You beat me at my game. Another guy, he's like, well, I mean, this guy was less annoying, but still, like, they try to make the rules for themselves. It's like, wow, I kind of blocked his way with my shoulder. I could run just as fast as he could, probably, but yet the guy's like, hey, don't shoulder bump me. And he's like, but hey, it's not my fault you're skinny and you can't move around me. You know, you bumped me too. And yet you're going to be like, oh, yeah, you're blocking my way, huh? So what? Just because you have the ball doesn't mean that I can't move in your way. You know what I mean? That's just you crying about it. You know, you don't like getting moved. It's like, what? Just play the game the right way. Don't fucking cry when someone competes with you. You know, it's part of the game. It's supposed to be that way. You're supposed to move in there for the ball. But yet you can't take the hit when you hit me. Like, so I'm the problem. Like, just blame it on yourself as well. Like, I'm not gonna like, stop running at my speed just because you cry that I'm in your way. Like, you know, I could run faster, but why do I have to move around you when you don't move for me? You know what I mean? Because when you play, there's a difference between contact and dirty, And that's the thing they don't want to like admit. And it's like, damn, bro, really? I could play cleaner, but where does that get me when you want to play dirty? You know what I mean? Like, you're using your speed to your advantage, and then no one can touch you because you're that skinny. It's like, stop crying. You're skinny. Just stop. Go cry. You know what I mean, like, bro? Yeah. And then some people just act like they didn't do anything wrong. I remember playing against my brother, and the guy literally pushed me 6 feet far away. And then one of his friends was like, this was a girl that he used to talk to or something like that. Well, he was part of the people that we used to play with. She's like, that wasn't a foul. And then why am I flying 6 feet to the side, literally almost breaking my fucking tendons in my hamstring knee? Like, what do you call them? My calf, like, muscle, like moving to the side, tearing an ACL. What the fuck? Bro, it's not a foul. You shouldn't be pushing that way. You fucking freak. I'm not trying to like send you flying. If I did, I'd be hurting my opponents. Like, but yeah, he like there's no foul. Maybe because he's my brother. Maybe because we play like rough. No, but there's like differences between rough play and foul play. And it's like, bro, you can send me 4 feet, but don't send me 6 feet. I can tell the difference. You know what I mean? And he's like, oh, it's not a foul. Yeah, sure. You didn't just push me out of the fucking way like a fucking monstrous maniac. You know what I mean? Imagine he did that to you, girl. Or if I did that to you, you'd be calling foul for days. Or if just like I did that to him, he'd be fucking pissed too. Like size difference. If I did that running at him, but the same, not the same, because I'd be have to go faster because I have to be a little bit. I weigh a little less, so I pushed him with the same fucking strength. The guy would be like, "Hey, what the fuck?" You know what I mean? And I'd be like, "Well, yeah, this is what I mean. You could get hurt, right? The bigger they are, the harder they fall. You don't want to admit it. That they push you off like." Or if you push the skinny or the other guy, like they'd be telling them the same thing. But when it comes to me, oh, I'm the bad guy, huh? Yeah, just learn your place, bro. You can't be pushing like that. He could have taken it cleanly as well, but he just had to push me that bad way. And I'm like, well, that's your guilty conscience rubbing at me. Like, don't rub at me, bro. That's why I feel when Fixie says grabby, but I also don't get her logic because she wants to be like, that wasn't a foul. Bro, in what universe is that not a foul when you're being grabby with me? Like, you expect me to debate that? I'm gonna be like, yo, what the fuck? Don't push me like that. I'm not trying to like fly. Sure, I'm strong, but you don't gotta abuse me, right? That's what I always say. Like I always get pushed in soccer for that. And then I'm like, oh, okay, we're playing that way, huh? We're playing dirty, huh? Like, I mean, it's dirty. I don't like playing that way, but when you're like, that's why I stopped playing soccer for the most part. I feel like a lot of people play dirty or they like do bad things. They kick you and they get away with it. Or you do something that's not dirty and you get called for it. That's the worst part. Like I remember one time I was gonna stop a penalty, I mean a goal, and I did. The ball went to the side, but the guy threw himself on the ground, and I'm like, why the fuck do you? And then they gave him a penalty, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, I'm like able to reach that speed, and you see it, but you don't see it from your angle. I'm not gonna convince you. I'm not gonna try to convince you like a porn star that I'm fucking gonna slide the right way. Just because the guy fell, I already knew it was done, but yet he fell. Now, after the fact that he fell like a fucking princess. He felt like a pigeon flying away when there's not, or a squirrel running up a tree. He felt like Pokemon getting slapped by a pillow by Fedmeister in the fucking vlogs that they were doing. Like, oh, how could you? Like, what the fuck, bro? The only thing left for him to say was, "Oh, my hands accidentally landed on your chest. I'm sorry. I didn't. I wasn't. My hands just landed there for no like I was like." And that's the thing with this girl saying there's no foul, but there's a foul. There's no foul there either, and he still got a penalty. Like, what? I didn't fucking do shit. He fucking fell on his face for no cause. Like, I didn't touch him. I got the ball and it went out, and it's still a pen for what? What did I do wrong? And there's nothing you can say. It's like bullshit, dude. Or like that time where I don't know. Remember when Ronaldo bodied Messi? I mean, and then he fell, and then he still gave a foul on Ronaldo, even though Messi's strong enough to take the hit, and he fell because his feet. This is what I always say. Look at someone like Messi. You say he don't dive, but when Ronaldo pushed him, I'm like, a little sus, don't you think? Messi flying that much, and he had control of the ball, and he fell into Ramos. It's like, yeah, just play it innocent, bro. Play it innocent. Yeah, sure. But when you do the same to whoever the fuck, when you go flash your shirt to Real Madrid, you're like, or something like that. I don't know what Messi has done, but I know he's done some fouls. I don't know what he's done. Forget. Oh yeah, I remember one time he was trying to like move past Ronaldo. He had the ball, and then Ronaldo went for the ball, and then he twisted his leg, like, and Ronaldo was like, "Bruh, like, really? That's what you're gonna do? You're gonna break your own leg just to break my leg? Like, it's just weird, man. Like, fuck these guys, dude. I don't dig with that shit. And soccer's supposed to be a group activity, but yet you got these fucking pansies boycotting you. Like, I don't know what team the girl was on. I think she was on my brother's team, maybe. But even then, if she wasn't, like, what do you gotta be getting involved for? Well, you know how strong I am. Then why don't you fucking, you know, watch my back? I might watch yours one day. Nope. You're like, we gotta hit the strong guy. He's a guy. We gotta kick his ass, or something like that. It's like, if you know, you know. Then why do you act like I always make a scene? I complain like, maybe there's the cause. Maybe I'm just that good. What? Like Ronaldo said, I hate because I'm good. You know. And so it's like, gonna line my asshole with lube next? What the fuck do you want? Build me a wax figure. Why don't you with your earwax if you hate me that much? Oh, for real. Like, just because I can take the hit doesn't mean I should. You know. That's what I always say. Bullshit, man. All right. Okay. Coffee would be great, I say, but your receptionist said she'd get me some. I'm sure she did. He smiles again in that friendly way. But she's twisted her ankle and she's supposed to be taking it easy. Not that she ever obeys orders. You don't mind, do you? Orders? Easy. What? His dialogue is sketch. Well, why would he? She might like. Why is he being so polite? It's like, why is she acting like he's not hit like for like making moves? That's what makes me cringe. Like the girl's smiling, like, yeah. What the fuck is that? The sun's hitting your face. You're getting a tan. The guy's looking at your fucking body. The fuck you mean, bitch? I'm getting a little caught up in my fucking meanness. My face is contorting into fucking angry. Yeah, I gotta calm the fuck down before I wake up my neighbors. At least I will do this with my window closed. Can't say the same for porn though. Just kidding, but probably, yeah, I don't really care. I mean, there's a difference between getting caught in an act and getting caught in the act, you know? I guess when you're old, I guess it's not that embarrassing to be caught watching porn because you're old. Or maybe when you're an old man, it is, but still, even then, it's like, okay. I mean, dude's got to feed, you know what I mean? I mean, when you're a young teenager, I guess, they're like, oh, I didn't expect this from you because you look so cute still. I don't know. Like, even at sixth grade, I'm like, why are girls still calling me cute, bro? I'm fucking sexually able to do things with myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird to me. I'm like, sure, I haven't grown my full body height and facials, but I still excrete, male hormone. Why are you grabbing me like I'm a child? It makes me feel weird. I guess maybe they hadn't realized it, but I could tell easily. I feel the increased strength, you know? I don't know. I don't know when I started feeling more strength. I think around like when I started playing soccer in like sixth, seventh, eighth grade, middle school, you start to feel like more like power. Like at the end of fifth grade, you start like getting some strongness, right? Well, you can run like with a sprint instead of like just a run. You know what I mean? It's different. And when you turn 18, obviously you can sprint as fast as you can, I would think, or 17, 16, 18, like to 20, and then 20 to 24. I don't know. And then you get old like me. Well, kind of old, 25. And then you get slower. I'm reading it. What the fuck? I hate this book right now, man. It's like you like Sebastian, but you're talking with Ryan, bro. That's on loyalty right there. I mean, why doesn't Ryan go with you if you're, already together? I mean, Ryan's supposed to be, there, right? Why not introduce him while you're with him, huh? It's a one-on-one meeting kind of thing? What is this bullshit? Here we go. Yeah, she's like, I'm not his mom. I'm gonna walk by myself. But yet he's not your dad. But yet you're doing it by yourself. It makes no difference what you think the hierarchy is here. It's like, where's Ryan at though? He's gonna be the one getting the job, not you. What is she gonna show him? Fucking shirtless Ryan, Ryan in a picture. Oh, of course not. As he strides out of the room, I wander over to look bookshelf. Like the rest of the room, it's pretty characterful, with books on business, novels, and ethnic looking sculptures. The top shelf is empty apart from two modern vases, and as I survey them, I feel a familiar sensation creeping over me. The left hand one is crooked, and I'm already itching to straighten it. Not my business, I tell myself firmly. Not my vases, not my problem. Look away. Oh my god. I can't look away. My fingers have started doing their thing, drumming against each other. How can you live with crooked vases? Doesn't he notice? Doesn't it irritate him as I gaze at the offending vase? My feet start their stepping motion, forward across back, forward across back. It's so easy to fix. It would only take a moment. In fact, yeah, this girl has an OCD fetish. It's an OCD fetish. That's why she likes fruity guys like this. Reminds me of my girlfriend, the one I like. She's like, oh, you gotta be pretty, you gotta be cute, you gotta be nice, you gotta have my feelings a priority. You have to make everything shine and everything be cute. And, gosh, it's like, bro, do you stop and shush for a sec? To think, you have to know what you say. You can't just be spritzy and all this bullshit. You have to fucking look at shit, you know? Look me in the eyes. Even if you don't like what you see inside. It's where my semen hide. It's where my pain is hard. Don't get too close. It's cock inside. It's where my pain is hard. It's where my semen hide. Yeah. And there's a backstory, like dun, 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 dun. You know all these songs sound alike for that reason, right? It's not about fucking making you smile. It's about this fucking sad shit that it's not emo, but it's like sad, depressing bullshit. That's why all the scene kids used to sing these songs. And they have more talent than these cute fucks. Like, remember when Ronaldo was with that Swedish guy, where the Swedish guy was like complaining, and Ronaldo was like, "Oh, he touched me," and he fell. Like, bro, not Ronaldo, the other guy. That was the definition of what I'm talking about. You see, Ronaldo's good looking, but he's not about that cutesy life. Like, bro, like, Ronaldo's focused on his results, dude. His ass, his six pack, his grind, his work ethic. Like, I'm a pump and I will reign. You know what I mean? And it's not even about the rock. Like, we will conquer something, something. Blah, gym culture. Ooh, lifting weights. No, it's about being the top at what you do. If you're gym culture or not, or if you're a pansy, but you gotta be the hottest pansy. Not the hottest, but you know what I mean. Pansies suck, but still, you have to be. If you're gonna be cute like Messi, you have to be the best at what you do. And this is why Ronaldo does not respect the people that do this shit. He's